Hey, Alexus, beauties and flawless man. Welcome back to another podcast episode. We're going to have a raw and uncut conversation about two of the most recent words that I learned about. I know we heard about them before, but I encourage you to do your extended research because I did not on this podcast. I did it on purpose so I can go back and look it up. And so you can go back and look it up. I want you to research the word emotion and then research it. When we say do our extended research, we go into that. I go into the specifics. What is emotion? How do you get emotion? What organs control the emotion? What are different things that control the emotions? And then also I want you to research logic. What does it mean to be logic? Now we're just going to get into that just in a brief conversation here on the podcast. We have two different ways that we think. We either think and move with emotion, or we either think and move with logic. To be honest with you, I believe that women think more with our emotions. And I think that's just the way that we were designed, to be sensitive in that way, to have that nurturing spirit about us. And when a woman doesn't have that nurturing spirit about her, I'm going to say it's because she's fighting demons, because we were created to be soft. We were created to be feminine. We were created to be emotional. And because we were created from a man, that man, come on, Jesus, he has emotions as well. Now, Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Men. Alexus Love Beauties, we always love to talk about our man with respect on this channel, and we support our man. So any man that you meet that is an emotionally stable man, sis, I'm gonna need you to do what you need to do to work with that man, because our emotions come from this man. A lot of things come from men because that's just how we were created, and we don't know how to balance that because we have never been taught. So men have emotions, women have emotions, but it's a way that we have to discipline those emotions. The reason why we see people want to rampage, the reason why we see people selling their soul, the reason why we see people selling their kids' soul, the reason why it's just so much evil in general is because emotion. We don't know how to think besides our feelings, our desires. It's more of physical, the emotion. When you cry, those are tears. So it's physical and it's spiritual. It's internal and external, because those tears are coming out of the body. So the fact that it's coming out of the body, that's the internal. The fact that someone can see them on the outside, that's the external. The inside is the spirit. The outside is the physical. We live in this world, the body, but we are not of this world, the mind. We think a lot of the times out of emotion. Let's make a little example, like say, because this is how women are. Say your man has not, this is your man. This not no little side dude. This is your man and he doesn't take out the trash. And, women a lot of the times, because we've been used to taking out our own trash, probably an independent woman, and finally settled down. But if that woman has not done the personal development that she needs to do, she's still going to be thinking out of emotion and not logic. So say this man had to go to work just like you had to go to work. You seen him this morning rushing around the house and all of these things, but he forgot to take out the trash. Women are going to be so emotional about that all day. They're not going to want to cook dinner. I hear this and I've seen this being done. They're not going to want to cook dinner. They're going to be on this man all day about the trash and all of these things. But mind you, not thinking about the logical part of it. Well, the man worked 36 hours last night. He got up, he made you breakfast. Like, we don't be paying attention to what else people be having going on. So we think with emotion. Now you calling this man out of his name because you should have took that trash. I don't really understand why you do that. And we hold on to that all day long, right? But a man is thinking more logical. I believe men think more logical, and they're like, okay, well, it's more calm. It's not anxious, right? Emotions go into being anxious and overthinking and being overwhelmed. And that's why we're not able to process, come on, Jesus, our emotions. So when somebody says something or they do something, we react a certain way because we're not disciplined in our emotions. So everything is our feelings. Like, or the moment a girl call a dude weak or something, it provokes the emotion, especially if that man has heard that throughout his childhood. So when we do not personally develop and change our character and do the extended research that we need to do personally for ourselves, This is where that trauma is easily invoked, and you think out of emotion because, man, my mama used to say that all the time about me too. If this is not an emotionally intelligent man, he's going to think just like her. Like, okay, dang, I could take the trash out. You ain't see me doing what I was doing earlier. And then what women do is, oh my God, he's so emotional. But if you have a logically and emotionally stable thinking man, he's going to say, well, first of all, what I'm realizing is people that think, people that are more calm, people that are more disciplined, they think with logic, and they're not going to even address a situation like that. A person out of emotion, they're going to sit and let that person come out of their body, which makes an emotional person even more upset because you're not giving me the energy that I'm giving you. But a logical person, what they do is they play that back in their mind and they get both sides to every story before they respond. This is why I say I believe men think more than women, and they're more disciplined with their emotions because they don't go out here telling everybody their business. They're not out here doing certain things that we're doing. Like women, we just do a lot of emotional things. I'm not going to hold you up. A man that think with logic, he's going to think about that. Not saying this man doesn't have emotion. He has so much emotional stability. He knows that he's not going to disrespect you and get all up and enrage with you either about no trash or about anything. A logical thinking person is going to say, okay, so what did I do last night? Now, this is when you start taking accountability. This is when you start, see, people that think like that, these are people that are responsible for themselves. They're taking accountability. You'll be able to tell that this person has character development because they're thinking like, okay, what did I do last night? Why was I not able to take out the trash when I was supposed to? I did kind of rush out of here this morning, but I was cooking and stuff like that. I got kind of tied up, but you know what? I could have took the trash out after I finished cooking. So a logical person is going to think that all over, and they're going to have respect for your emotions and say, you know what? I want to apologize to you about taking out the trash. And I did see that made you uncomfortable earlier, and I'm not here to make you uncomfortable. And they're not going to go into, that's another thing, that the conversations is different when you're experiencing someone that is doing personal character development versus someone that's just not doing anything. So the difference between an emotional and a logical person, you'll be able to tell that a logical thinking person is not even about to go back into the whole scene because they don't want to invoke your emotion again of frustrating you all over again. In conclusion, Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man, I encourage you and myself to get on Google, look up the word emotion, and do the extended research. See how you can control your emotions and what it actually means and how it's affecting you personally. Look up the word logic. See what it actually means. See how it's affecting you personally. See what you can do to become emotionally stable, because being emotionally stable saves you from a lot of different arguments, putting yourself in different situations. You're able to think more clearly and make more precise and wise decisions. I don't have respect for a person, whether male or female. I have a respecter of behavior. So I used to be just all on the women's side until I started watching their behavior and I started watching their character and seeing how much women lie and manipulate, like on a scale of 10 times more than men. So now I don't have a respecter of person. I don't have a respecter of a mother or a father that's not doing it, because it's always two sides to every story. But what I do believe is women move more emotionally and men are more logic. Our men do need to invoke that emotional side of them to be able to, be soft, to be able to love and respond to a woman and know how to take care of that woman. A man does have to invoke his emotions. He's also still human, so he should have emotions anyway. And then I believe that there is some logical women as well, but I feel like we can do some more work. So in conclusion, I think that women are more emotional, men are more logical, and that can go both ways. But I encourage you, Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man, to continue to work on your personal development. Don't give up. It does take time, and you will begin to see changes in yourself, because I do. I love you, and God bless you. Mwah.